welcome back, guys, to the Lion's Den. This is, of course, each and every episode where you can find out all the ins and outs, everything that we're doing behind the scenes before we get into the games. We start off this week with the shortlist. Florentine Pogba has just been added to the shortlist after I went back through everyone's comments to try and find some more players so we could get a better idea and make the right decision. We left off last episode. I'll let you know in a couple of minutes just what happened with those. We've got Florentine Pogba, 26-year-old centre-back. We've got Ruben Neves, who's a central defensive midfielder, a young guy with a huge amount of potential. I'll be taking a really good look at him, provided that they don't come back with too high of an offer. Danilo Acosta, of course, good depth player, might be a good squad player for us. He's from Real Salt Lake. And of course, Julian Green. This is a really interesting one. Only 21 years old, pacey winger. He's the kind of player that I think could fit in really well here at Aston Villa. Julian Green, only 21, good speed, and he's in the last year of his contract with Bayern Munich, so we may be able to get him for a cut price. And of course, last episode we saw Steven Davis, Charlie Adam, Barzoa, Ravel Morrison. I've sort of decided that Ravel Morrison is probably a little bit expensive unless we can bring in a couple of cheaper options who are good options, and then maybe cap it off with the Ravel Morrison signing, but we'll have to wait and see. Another suggestion we had was Alex Mowat from Leeds, and so he's going to be an interesting little prospect too. Only 21 years old. I would prefer to err on the side of youth, but I'm happy to bring in some experience as well. And to round it off, we've got Zakaria Bakali. And speaking of Zakaria Bakali, let's have a look at what he told us after we sent him his contract offer. He wants to have a bigger role in the squad that we are offering. So we'll go in and we will offer him important first team player, and we will offer him £25,000 a week, which is what he's asking for. We'll give him 4 years and we'll see if he accepts that. Let's hope that Zakaria Bakali can join us, because he would be an enormous signing for us as well. And this was an interesting one. We got denied by Steven Davis, who I thought was a pretty big lock to sign for us. But Steven Davis has said no, because the league that our club is in is not prestigious enough for him. So he is either holding out for more money, or he is genuinely not interested in playing in the championship. So I feel like we can move on from Steven Davis. If he doesn't want to be part of the club, we're not going to force him to. I'm sure there's plenty of other good options out there other than Steven Davis, and younger options that could perhaps fill that role for a longer period of time. And so we've heard back from Leeds United. Alex Mowat is going to cost us £1.7 million. He's a young central attacking midfielder. That could be a good deal just to get some depth in that position, because we only really have Jack Grealish who can play in that position. So I'm thinking Alex Mowat might be a good signing. We'll go in and we'll offer them £1.3 million and see if they take that. We also heard back from Real Salt Lake. They are only after £400,000 for Danilo Acosta. I feel like he could be really good squad depth. I'm going to offer them £300,000. I barely feel like even negotiating with that deal, but £300,000 for an 18-year-old central defensive midfielder with good prospects is a no-brainer. And we've heard back from Saint Etienne about Florentine Pogba. They are asking for £10 million. He's a very, very good centre-back, and he would be a crucial first-team player for us. So I'm going to try and do a little bit of business here. I'm going to offer them £7.5 million, because I see his salary per week is only £30,000 per week, so he could be a really solid signing for us. And we've also heard back about Julian Green, and they are saying they would consider a bid in the region of £950,000. So that would be an absolute steal for a guy like Julian Green, who is only young, and we could train up his crossing and he could be a threat. So we're going to offer them £700,000 for Julian Green and see how far that gets us as well. And we also heard back about Ruben Neves, and they only want £7 million for Ruben Neves, so I'm going to offer them 5 and see what they say about that. And so with those transfer bids in, make sure you stay tuned to the episode for after this game to see how those offers went. But for now, it's Aston Villa versus Bristol City. Beautiful day here in Bristol. stand-in captain Mile Jedinak makes his way out onto the pitch. Aston Villa have travelled to Bristol in the hope of getting an enormous victory here. For the Bristol City side, O'Donnell plays in goal. Matthews, Flint, Estron and Goulburn make up the back four. Pack and O'Neill will be anchoring the midfield with Lee Tomlin up behind Engvall. And this should be an interesting Aston Villa lineup to go through. It's pretty heavily rotated from the last time that we did see them. Rudy Gested starts up top, Andre Green out wide with Albert Adoma, a midfield trio of Jedinak, Gardner and Grealish. Freeman puts it across. Here's a real chance for Engvall. It's across the face and it's off the post. And here it is, that's a wonderful ball in. Tomlin hit it first time. It's with Abraham. Can he get the cross in? He does. O'Neill won it over the top. And Galini didn't judge the flight of the ball at all. And Bristol City have been knocking on the door. And it's the enigmatic captain who has scored for Bristol City here. It's a bit of a howler from Galini, it has to be said. Abraham's ball in. It was a looping header and he's just caught out of position. And Galini nowhere to be found. O'Neill scores for Bristol City. And it's 1-0. Jack Grealish right in the hot spot. Mika Richards got up for it. And hold it though. Ali Sissoko steaming all the way through. Ali Sissoko. And a long-range effort was just off. But an excellent effort. You can see him steam all the way through. He takes it on his non-preferred. Not a bad effort. He just plays it through for Andre Green, who's crossed in. It's Jedinak, and it's paid immediate dividends here. Mile Jedinak cannonballs in from midfield and meets it with such vigour. Powers it past the goalkeeper. It's the ideal start to the second half for Aston Villa. Andre Green's cross is met by Jedinak. It's 1-1 to Tomlin. Plays it through. This is a dangerous ball. Bakuna's got to go. And straight at Galini. Able to work it out here to Adoma. Adoma puts it through. It's fallen to Rudy Gested. And it's a wonderful save from O'Donnell. And Aston Villa fall frustratingly close yet again. It's a 1-1 draw for Aston Villa. Andre Green plays another stellar game. The goal from Mile Jedinak levelled the scores and Aston Villa couldn't quite get back in. And at full time, it's Aston Villa 1, Bristol City 1. And so some absolutely fantastic news. Zakaria Bakali has decided to accept our offer and he has joined. Let's go and have a look at his stats. You can see here his acceleration, his agility, his balance and sprint speed are all elite. He's got pretty good attacking positioning. We'll definitely be doing some work on that. You can see his ball control is outstanding. His dribbling is outstanding. His long shots are pretty good. His short passing and his shot power are excellent as well. And you can see he's only 5'5", 132 pounds from Belgium. He can play on the right or the left wing. So he is definitely going to contribute a hell of a lot to this team. A wonderful signing, a wonderful suggestion, and welcome aboard, Bakali. So I've decided to do some training and show you guys what we're going to do in terms of training. These are the 5 players that I've picked so far. We've got Hepburn, Murphy, Bakali, Shabola, Amavi and Galini, all down the spine from the attacking to the midfield to the defenders to the goalkeeper. They're all young players that we expect to play for the club for a long time. So we'll simulate the training, and these are the 5 guys that I'm going to train for now. If you have any suggestions on who you think we should train, get them in the comments below and let me know. And also with the arrival of Zakaria Bakali, I've decided to create another team sheet. I'm going to try playing 2 up front because I really feel like Gested's really been isolated up front. He's been doing a good job, but I really feel like if he has Ross McCormack up beside him with Jack Grealish in behind him, we might be able to get a little bit more support up front. And of course, Bakali can play either on the left or the right, and Adoma is more suited to the right midfield position. So we're going to play Adoma on the right, we're going to play Bakali on the left. And so unfortunately, Porto have rejected our offer for Ruben Neves. as he has joined another team. That's incredibly disappointing. I couldn't do anything about that. I didn't even get an email to say that he was talking to another team, so that's unfortunate. But Ruben Neves has chosen to go somewhere else, so unfortunately we have to scrap our plans. But we got our offer accepted for Julian Green. But now that we have Bakali, I think we could do with another pacey winger. So we're going to try and get Julian Green in here for £30,000 a week, and he is going to be a squad rotation player. We're going to offer him that and see what he says. And we had our offer accepted for Florentine Pogba as well, £7.5 million. I feel like we're okay in the centre-back position. We have Richards, Elphick, we have Baker, we have Chester. We've got plenty of options to play in that back four. And Richards has really been impressing me over the last few games, so I feel like we just might hold off. If we really desperately need one, we might go and try and get Pogba in January. And Leeds United have accepted our bid for Alex Mowat, so I reckon I'm going to try and sign him to get him in as potential depth in that central attacking midfield position. Hopefully he'll want to join us as a squad rotation player. I feel like there's better options, hence Grealish and potentially Ravel Morrison, that could come in. We'll see what he says about that. And so here we go. Transfer deadline day is upon us. You can see there our only player in at the moment is Bakali, but we're looking to change that within the next 10 hours. Let's advance. And to kick us off, Julian Green has agreed to a deal for £30,000. Only a very cheap fee of $700,000 was the transfer sum, so we'll get Julian Green in as more depth in that midfield, that right midfielder, that pacey winger position, and it still leaves us with £18 million and $50,000 in the budget. Welcome aboard, Julian Green. And also, two signings within the hour. We have Alex Mowat, who has decided to join us as well. He's only going to cost us £1.3 million and $15,000 off the wage budget. Still leaves us with a good amount of change left as well. And so firstly, we'll have a look at Green. You can see here his acceleration and his sprint speed are pretty good. His agility and his balance are pretty good as well. And his jumping and reactions are good. His attacking positioning's up there. We'll definitely be training him. He is only young. He's only 21. The other signing that we made was Alex Mowat, of course. His aggression and his composure are very, very good. So he's going to be good for the championship. He's got good attacking positioning, good vision, good balance. His acceleration and his sprint speed aren't there. He's not a quick player, but he is a dangerous player on the ball. You can see here his ball control, his crossing, his curve, everything is excellent. He's going to be a good free kick taker, good long shot taker. So once he gets on the ball, he might not be bursting away with speed, but he will use the ball. So Alex Mowat is going to be a good depth player in that central attacking midfield position. And so some fantastic news coming through. Ravel Morrison, the offer has been accepted. £12 million from Lazio. He wants $40,000 a week, so we'll give him $40,000 a week. He could be the biggest signing that we've made in this window. He's going to be a crucial first-team player, only 23 years old. We've seen what he can do in the past. He's had a little bit of trouble. Hopefully we can get him over the line. Let's see how we do. And absolutely excellent news. Ravel Morrison is going to be joining us for £12 million, and our wage only takes a small hit with £40,000 being given to Ravel Morrison a week. He could be the enormous signing that we need, and that real lift and that final third quality that we need. Let's go and have a look at Ravel Morrison's stats. And you can see there the board absolutely wrapped with the signing of Ravel Morrison, and that has upped our goal to go and sign a big name player. And you can see here, obviously Ravel Morrison has brilliant stats, 77 overall, excellent vision, excellent acceleration for a player in the midfield, excellent agility, excellent balance, and you can see his sprint speed's up there as well. His ball control's outstanding, and his dribbling is outstanding as well. So welcome aboard, Ravel Morrison. Let's get into the next game. We're going to finish our transfer business there. We have about £3 million left, but I think we'll save that money until January. Let's get through the transfer window, see if we get any offers, and move on. And so as deadline day come to a close, we're all excited about our new signings, and then we find out that Ross McCormack has picked up a training injury and will be out for 4 months. That's pretty hard luck, but we do have plenty of backup on the bench. Either Ayew or Codger will fill his shoes up front beside Gested, but that is a massive blow. But for now, let's get into the next game of the episode. So Aston Villa return home after the international break. A tough break with an injury to one of their key players, Ross McCormack, who misses today with a tailbone injury. And here they are, Ravel Morrison transferred from Lazio for £12 million. And Zakaria Bakali transferred in as well. So a couple of major signings standing shoulder to shoulder for Aston Villa, who they will hope can provide some goals. So the Aston Villa lineup, as I mentioned, two debutants in the side, with Bakali starting out in the left-hand side with Adoma on the other side, and Ravel Morrison tucked in behind Ayew and Gested, with Mile Jedinak anchoring the midfield for Nottingham Forest. You can see Britt Asabolonga playing up front for them. He is always a threat. They will play a five-man midfield, anchored by Kamdali. Plays it out wide. Now here's the Belgian again. It's Zakaria Bakali showing his wares early on here at Villa Park. Bakali's ball in. Actual events, but no more than Zakaria Bakali at the moment. Jordan Ayew sees the overlap run. It's Bakali again. Bakali's cross. It's Rudy Gested. Bakali's going to have to try and get up. Beaten in the air. Elphick got involved, but Brent Asablonga's shot was well saved. On the inside, it's Pereira. Oh, it's in off the post as well. It's a wonderful finish. And Nottingham Forest have sucker punched Aston Villa. It's a wonderful finish, this. Cuts on the inside of Amavi, takes one touch, hits it to the bottom corner. No keeper in the world saves that. And Pereira has opened the scoring at Villa Park. In off the inside of the post, and it's 1-0. Plays it forward. Ravel Morrison to Jordan Ayew. Nice back heel from Ayew. Jedinak puts it through. Gested's turned his man, and Gested, Rudy Gested, with a wonderful finish, slotted through, wonderful touch on the inside. Turns nothing into something through the legs of the goalkeeper. Wonderful finish from Rudy Gested, and a wonderful response from Aston Villa. It's 1-1. Jordan Ayew sees the run. Now Bakali, has he done his man here? He has. Now it's with Zakaria Bakari. Bakari's ball's brilliant. Gested, he was taken down in the box. It's a 100% penalty. Bakali's cross in caused all kinds of trouble. And Daniel Fox, very sloppy challenge in the box. You wonder why Gested didn't meet it with his head first time. It's a poor challenge and a penalty for Villa. So it's Jordan Ayew for Aston Villa. Ayew straight at the keeper. Poor penalty. Really poor penalty. Bakali got the shot away. Still working, the young Belgian. Absolutely tearing them apart, and he's taken down. Oh, no penalty this time though. Again for Aston Villa, Bakali causing all kinds of trouble here, giving them nightmares in defence. Dangerous position this. Asablonga turns about three of them. And Trelka just misses. What a finish to the half. Aston Villa should be ahead. They had a penalty within that half, and he's been the story. Bakali throws it in. Ayew, his cross. Gested! It's a towering header! It's a wonderful ball in. And Rudy Gested, yet again for Aston Villa, turning the provider. Wonderful header from Rudy Gested. As solid as you'll like. And Aston Villa have taken the lead that they should have had earlier. It's 2-1. So standing over this, Ravel Morrison for Aston Villa. It's hit hard. Straight to Leica. Good chase from Morrison. Chasing a lost cause here, Ravel Morrison. That's brilliant stuff. That's exactly what you want to see from a new signing. Chance now here for Nottingham Forest. It's with Leica. The ball in is very dangerous. And Aston unmarked, has put one past Golini. It was a dangerous ball. No defender went with Britt Assemblonga. And it's a wonderful finish, albeit an easy one. And Nottingham Forest have silenced this Villa Park crowd, and that has come right against the flow of play. It's 2-2. Well, it's set up for this young man, Julian Green, just signed from Bayern Munich on transfer deadline day. He comes on for Albert Adoma. There is Julian Green now. Straight away, and Julian Green in behind the defence straight away and dragged down, immediately causing them some problems. Pokes it through, and it's just dead. On to Ravel Morrison. Oh, Mancien has been absolutely enormous. Poor ball from Delat, but Green makes the most out of nothing. Now here it is with Ayew, pokes it through, it's just dead! And Aston Villa have done it late here, you would think. Rooney just dead. Sneaks in behind the defence. It was a wonderful ball through. Julian Green made it happen. Ayew, the finishing little touch. And then Rooney just dead, who has been the most dangerous player on the ground without question, has managed to finish for Aston Villa. That could be the winner, but is there more twists and turns? It's 3-2 over the top. It's fallen to Ravel Morrison, who puts it over the top. And Aston Villa have come to life. Bakali's ball, real dangerous, and Green won the header, but Aston Villa win the game. A thrilling contest here at Villa Park, ends 3-2 in favour of the hosts. Villa Park is jam-packed and under the floodlights yet again here. Aston Villa appeared to have hit their stride somewhat in the last game. They won a close one. Today the task is Brentford. You have a look at the table here, you can see Aston Villa sitting in 7th position with 3 wins, 2 draws and just the 1 loss. So they're coming in reasonable form. We have a look at the Aston Villa team that's going to look to get it done. Impressive Zakaria Bakali is on the bench. He's rested for Julian Green and Albert Adoma in the wide positions. Ravel Morrison plays up behind Ayew and Gested, who linked up well in the last game. Back for Brentford, they've got Bentley in goal, Colin, Egan, Bellin and Henry in their back 4, and you can see Wood and McCormack anchoring midfield. Saunders, Judge and McLeod make up a 3-man midfield. Now he's got Julian Green absolutely cannonballing here, and it's Green! Tried to hit it across Bentley, but he was all over it. And he's had some work to do early on. He's thrown that straight to Ravel Morrison! Oh my, what an effort from Morrison! And that is the kind of player he is. Keeper out of position slightly, and Ravel Morrison lets fly. Aston Villa 3 shots in quick succession. It's a wonderful header. Morrison, oh, over the top. Absolutely sublime. It's Jordan Ayew, and Bentley makes another save. They've come out firing here. Julian Green plays it in. Back post is Rudy Gested, and they've made one pay. It was always coming. What an opening 10 minutes this has been from Aston Villa. It's a wonderful ball from Julian Green to the back post. And this man who has the hot hand, or in this case the hot hand, Rudy Gested, delivers yet another goal for Aston Villa. It's 1-0 to play for Aston Villa. Delat's ball is dangerous. It's Rudy Gested, and it's just wide. How dangerous is this guy at the moment? Is Delat. Delat plays it through. There's a huge chance here for Ravel Morrison. It's well deflected by the defender. Plays it back on the inside. Here it is with Ravel Morrison, and his shot's wide. Isn't he flary? This was Julian Green. His vibe now, though. Vibe here for Brentford. This is dangerous, and it's gone all the way through. And Aston Villa have conceded another poor goal here. And it's a real sucker punch considering how much they dominated the first half, but it's a brilliant turn, and then Elphick gets drawn in, and then the sliding shot past Galini, and Brentford have levelled the scores. It is 1-1. Now it's played through. That's an absolutely brilliant ball. McLeod's in on goal. Galini makes a double save. Absolutely fantastic from Galini, but it never should have come about. And all of a sudden, Brentford looked the more likely to score. It's a brilliant double save from Pierluigi Galini. Cross has come in. Elphick only as far as McLeod. It's another brilliant save from Galini. Does his man here, just bullocking his way through Sawyers, and it's a brilliant save from Galini, who is the only reason Aston Villa are anywhere near in this game in this second half. Ball comes in, Elphick, they're going to try and play it out. Chester's touch was terrible, and here's Saunders again, and now it's Sawyers. It was always coming. Aston Villa have completely capitulated here. Brentford have come out a completely different side, and Aston Villa's back four are coming apart at the seams. There's nothing Galini can do about that one, and they are searching for answers. It's 2-1. Hodges made a good run. It was too early though, but Bakali, his run on point. Bakali's ball, Jonathan Codger, and Aston Villa have responded, and the new man Bakali comes up massive for Aston Villa, finding the new substitute in Jonathan Codger, who meets the header, and Aston Villa get reward for effort. They've been outclassed in the second half, but all of a sudden it's 2-2. Villa got to defend for their lives. They appear to just be running underwater here at the moment, Aston Villa. The defence has come apart at the seams again, and can you believe it? Aston Villa have conceded incredibly late again. Unbelievable twists and turns. The defence comes apart at the seams again. It's a flawless shot. Brentford have been a different side in this second half. Aston Villa have been sucker punched again. It's 3-2. Brentford have done enough. And what a game of two halves that was. Aston Villa, all the chances in the first half, but could not get anywhere near Brentford in the second half. They got back into it with a goal to Jonathan Codger, but got sucker punched again from Brentford. It ends 3-2. Lewis McLeod with the winner. And as always, from YT13, thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you on the next one.